Hey everybody, this is John Spencer Ellis, and with me is Marilyn Sargent.
Hi.
Hey there. And Marilyn just stopped by my office, and she says, hey, that's kind of cool. I want to see how that works. And I said, well, hey, I'll show you. And Marilyn is my mentor and a teacher at the Spencer Institute. And also, she and her husband, Al Sargent, own Success Design International. And they're a training and consulting company that actually works with the academic decathlon team as well, the champions. I mean, the stuff is National Academic Decathlon Champions, and this is the coach right here, her and her husband Al. So you're going to learn some cool stuff. So what we're going to do, this is totally impromptu. She has no idea what I'm going to ask her. So, Marilyn, what is the main key that allows you or gives you the tools to make the National Academic Decathlon team the champions? How does that work?
Well, we help them figure out how to use their brain.
And so, obviously, we're talking about hemispheric integration. This is the technology that you and Al have developed and mastered and help people all over the world. What's the premise of it?
So we help one side of the brain do what its job does best, which is logical things, and the other side of the brain does the creative, more intimate, dramatic relationship things, and then we teach them how to use each side so that, like, when they're doing their presentations and they're speaking, they have their content and they know how to sequence things through all of the levels that people are interested, and then they get a confidence and a sense of excitement about who they are and what they're presenting. So they're what we call congruent. It's like they're connected to the audience, they're sending the message, and they're making points.
Well, the thing that I think is really cool, I'm going to bring my hands up here so the web camera can see it. So, it may look backwards in the camera, but so the way it is for me is my right thumb is lying over my left and pointing towards my left hemisphere. What does that mean?
And my left thumb is on top, pointing towards my right hemisphere. So that means, John, you begin your thinking with your left brain.
Left brain, okay.
And so it's much more logical, and then you add in the right hemisphere, big picture thinking.
Okay.
I would start more on the big picture, creative side, and then I have to catch up with the logic and make sure I've got the details.
Now that is cool stuff. What does that mean to the viewer? So if one person is one way rather than the other, how does that change the way that they would, say, understand a new concept?
Okay, so like say if you and I were partners in a project, we would know the things I would do really, really well and the things that you do well, and so we don't fight each other about that or like we're not redundant in our work, and yet we get to then create the best product or the best program because you bring what you do expertly and I bring what I do, and it makes a balance.
And that's the way it works. So each time you hear someone say, I have half a mind to, or in my mind's eye I see, they actually are speaking the truth. They may only have half a mind to do something because it's whichever hemisphere is predominantly having that thought at that moment as it pertains to that topic or that person or that thing. And you actually have two mind's eyes, one for each hemisphere, and that's why sometimes people have an imbalance in their thoughts and their emotions because they're predominantly seeing it through one eye, and which is for the opposing hemisphere. But when you can cross-reference them, understand it, have the balance, congruence, it allows you to be more, to be happier, to have better relationships, and to live a more fulfilled life. And also, I think what's important, too, is that if you're ever the kind of person who felt that you've been taken advantage of in any way, by any person, maybe it's a car salesman, I don't know what it is, but when you have this balanced perspective of things, it puts you in control. It doesn't make you a control freak, I promise you, but it puts you in control to where you feel that you have the needed information to make wise choices about the people you put in your life and the things that you do.
It makes it a tremendous centeredness in the person, a calmness, so that no matter what's coming to your table or to your door, you have the wherewithal to deal with it.
That's right.
Sense of just enjoying life that way, being free.
That is your very brief introduction to hemispheric integration. Again, I'm John Spencer Ellis, and this has been Marilyn Sargent. Ta-da! Yeah, you're welcome. And so be back soon. We have a lot more for you. Hey, and remember, the Compass book dropped today. That's June 2nd. 2009. Go out and get your copy of The Compass. If you haven't yet, check out the Compass website for the book. It's thecompassbook.com. Thanks a lot.